Imagine a life spent longing for escape, wishing to step out of your own shadow and into the golden light of someone else's existence. Many of us, at one time or another, have looked at another person and thought, if only I could trade places, everything would be better. It's an alluring fantasy, a quick fix for pain, loneliness, or perceived inadequacy. But what if the truth is far more complex? What if the very act of yearning for another's life blinds us to the hidden treasures within our own? Let's return to the ancient forest, thick with moss and mystery, where Shadow the Raven's journey unfolded. In that woodland sanctuary, his misery was raw and relentless. The world saw only his black plumage, never the intelligence shining in his eyes or the freedom in his flight. He was convinced that happiness belonged to others, to those whose feathers dazzled in sunlight, whose lives seemed free of sorrow and struggle. But as he sought wisdom from the hermit, he was given a task to discover whether those he envied truly basked in the happiness he imagined. Shadow's flight across the landscapes was more than a quest for a spell. It was a journey into the heart of comparison itself. When he met the egret, he expected to find a creature overflowing with joy. Instead, he found dissatisfaction, a sense of invisibility, a longing for the attention and admiration that seemed reserved for more colorful birds. The egret, in turn, envied the cockatiel's vibrancy, believing that such exotic beauty must guarantee delight. The cockatiel's story, however, was one of anxiety and confinement. Bright colors attracted not just admiration, but also danger. The threat of capture and captivity haunted every moment. The cockatiel looked to the pheasant, whose regal feathers inspired awe in all who saw him, and imagined a life of respect and comfort. Yet the pheasant, admired and prized, lived behind bars, his beauty commodified, his freedom stolen. Each feather became a source of pain, a reminder that the very trait others envied had made him a prisoner. The pheasant looked to the raven, envying the liberty to soar through the forest unseen and unchained. The revelation was profound. Each creature, from the egret to the cockatiel to the pheasant, carried invisible burdens. Their envy for others was matched only by the envy others felt for them. The cycle was endless, a carousel of dissatisfaction, spinning ever faster as each bird compared itself to the next. When Shadow returned to the hermit, he was changed. He recognized the gift of flight, the power to explore, the freedom to roam. The raven's life was not a curse, but a blessing, seen through the haze of comparison. In the hermit's gentle words, Shadow found the wisdom to embrace his own path. In the tapestry of existence, we weave our own misery through endless comparisons, chasing illusions that blind us to our gifts. This lesson echoes through time and across cultures. From ancient fables to modern psychology, we are warned that envy is a thief of joy. Yet in our era, the temptations to compare have multiplied. Social media presents curated lives, highlight reels of success, beauty, adventure, and love. We scroll past perfect vacations, flawless bodies, glowing relationships, and material abundance. The voices in our heads whisper, "Why not you?" And "What's wrong with your life?" The more we compare, the more our own blessings seem to shrink. But the truth is simple. Every life holds challenges and sorrows invisible to the outside world. That influencer with the dazzling smile might struggle with loneliness. The friend with the perfect job might battle anxiety. The neighbor with the beautiful home might feel trapped by obligations. Like the birds in the fable, those we admire may secretly envy the freedoms, strengths, or quiet joys that we take for granted. Gratitude is the antidote. It's not a cure-all for pain, but it is a powerful lens that reveals the richness of our own lives. When we pause to appreciate what we have, our resilience, our relationships, our opportunities, we begin to see the world in color rather than just in black and white. The act of listing 3 things you possess that others might yearn for is more than an exercise. It's a way of recentering your perspective, of shifting from scarcity to abundance. Perhaps you have the freedom to choose your own path, something the pheasant envied. Maybe you possess creativity, or a supportive friend, or the ability to walk in nature. Each of these is a gift, even if it goes unnoticed. When you stop scrolling, silence the inner critic, and reflect on these blessings, you begin to cultivate contentment. The pursuit of more fades, replaced by the peace of enough. This fable isn't just about birds in a forest. It's about every person who has ever felt trapped in their own skin, every soul who has doubted their worth, every heart that has yearned for escape. It reminds us that happiness is not found in someone else's reflection, but in the acceptance and celebration of our own unique story. So, the next time you feel the tug of envy, remember Shadow's journey. Remember the wisdom of the hermit, the burdens hidden beneath beauty, the longing masked by outward perfection. Pause and ask yourself, what freedoms do I enjoy? What qualities do I possess? What moments of joy, however fleeting, have colored my days? By embracing your own path, by cherishing the gifts you have, you transform from shadow to light. You step out of the prison of comparison and into the wide-open sky of gratitude. The forest whispers its ancient secret. You hold within you everything you need to flourish. Today, let that truth take flight.